Hi there, it's Autumn with StampingAVE. Just getting started here, and we'll see if anyone is able to catch up with us and stamp together tonight. Let me get myself set up and it'll be in just a second. Great, so I am ready to get started. I have all of the things that I'm going to use tonight here. We have happiest of birthdays. You can really use anything that goes along with your paper that you picked, and you can always come back and watch it again if you're just here to watch for the time. Looks like we have my aunties on. Hi! So I have just a regular card base, and then I have a 4x6 of the designer series paper, and that is from the pack In Good Taste. And that is a bigger pack of designer series paper, and so I haven't used it a whole lot, but we're gonna take a stab at using that tonight. And then I have my sentiment that I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna go for a masculine birthday. Hi, Colleen. And then I have the brushed metallic dots, and those carried over from the holiday catalog. So if you need help finding those, just let me know. And then of course I have my ever trusty dimensionals. And the technique that we're going to focus on tonight is called Rip and Flip. So I like to use this 4x6 size because it helps. The 4 will fit on the front of the card, obviously right here, and then the 6 inches is obviously longer than your card would be, but we'll have a little bit of overlap, so you will see what we're planning. Do you guys want to see the card, or do you want to play along and see how it turns out? I have a finished version of it, but we can go ahead, and what we're going to do is rip our paper so that we can flip over one piece of it. And I clearly prefer the brick to the I would just say it's a grayish stone on the back. And I'm not gonna rip it right in half. You can. I'm gonna rip it a little bit off to the side, and as you do this more often, you will get an idea for how you want to rip your paper, because as you can see, there's this white edge. And I think almost all the papers that I have samples with tonight are with white paper, not vanilla, because the interior of the paper is always going to be that white as the base. So now we have our two different pieces of our designer series paper, and we're gonna kind of see what it will look like if we put it on the front of our card one way or another. So the bricks tell me that this is going to be a horizontal card. If you have directional paper, you might want to make your card horizontal or vertical. So one way to do it would be to have your brick on top, and I kind of like that. But then this just kind of hides, and I have, I think this is the gray granite. There's like 3 different grays. It's not the darkest one, and I think I have my other one is with the smoky slate, and I wanted to try and see how different they looked, but it blends right in. It's so similar. The other way we could do it is with the gray on top, kind of covering that. So I'm gonna let the brick go on top, because I'm just gonna let it be the star of the show here, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue those down, get this out of the way so I don't get it stuck in the wrong spot. I'm gonna use my Tombow liquid glue, and I'm gonna do my bottom piece first. Love this glue. And then get my bricks laid on there. Bet you guys didn't know I'm a cement mason as well. No, I'm not. I'm not. Just kidding. So this one's on top. So you can see a little bit of texture over on the side. And now I have my sentiment, "It's your day," and that came from Happiest of Birthdays. I went ahead and stamped that earlier in the gray granite. And so I want to show the difference between those, but I also think this gets a little hidden in the brick, so I want it offset just a little bit. And I think I'm going to go center in the top. And I'm going to use dimensionals to pop it up. And since I'm gonna put my brad, or my, what do they call those things, dots, in a certain spot, I'm gonna put my dimensionals in the corners where I know that my dots will not be, so that this is slightly more post office friendly, if you will. I don't know if I want to cover it up. I kind of like how that goes along the side same way. So I'm just going to set that down. I'm committed. It's stuck. And then I'm going to take my dots. Colleen, you're so cute. You're just cheering me on. Yes, yes, go, go. And I'm going to put them down here. And I'm going to do the large one in the middle. And then since I like odd numbers, I'm gonna go with a little one on each side of it, because 3 is probably my favorite. My hands are so dry from cleaning and packing and taping and playing with paper that I just have a hard time with it. But I like how these just bring a little bit of the brassy, bronzy color to it. And so this is my easy peasy rip and flip using In Good Taste designer series paper. Now I'm going to show you what I came up with first, and it was my mama who encouraged me to just have it be a guy sentiment. So here I did a little bit different ripping, and I put my gray on top, and then I did 4 corners. And I think I like this one better. This is a little bit darker, it seems like, than this gray, but that is my first card and the sample that we're going with. I also took another stamp from that same set, and I put happy little bit late birthday, because I'm always late, never on time. Hey Debbie, how are you? Alright, so those are my first samples. I have one more guy sample, but this is using the Wildlife Wonder stamp set, and then I have partnered it with the Beauty of Earth designer series paper. So this stamp set just talks manly to me, or for any of our nature fans. And so this one I just did kind of in half, and I like the wooded theme there. So I really like to make birthday cards. I use them the most, and so I went ahead and I used my pansy petals to make some more birthday cards. And all I'm doing is ripping the paper and flipping it over. So when you're doing that at home, you might want to just look through your pieces and see, does this side go good with this? Does this one look awful? Oh, this one's directional, it's not going to work. Those are some of the things I think about And here I just layered my tailored tag punch. I cut it right in half and split it apart so that I can have the evening evergreen popping out there. And I like all those colors. I have one more birthday with that one. I turned these the other way and I added some ribbon behind it because if you saw the other one, I really like the polished pink and the fresh freesia together, so that's kind of fun there. And then I did a thank you with another piece from the pansy petals and just added some of that evergreen ribbon. It's really nice, tied a knot and did that. I know, I didn't know that one was going, Colleen. That punch is going away. Well, there's a couple of new ones out there that I saw the new catalog and I'm loving it. I'm not ready to let go of this one though, so we'll just keep using it. And actually, next month, like this month we're doing designer series paper, kind of focusing on that. Next month I'm going to focus on punches, so hopefully you'll continue to join me. I still have 2 more samples here, and these are using the Simply Elegant paper. And what I did, this one's my absolute favorite right here. Stunner, and I love these butterflies and they're coming back. Yay, yay, yay. And so this one, because this is the specialty designer paper with the foil inlaid, I really wanted this to show off a whole lot more than the back side, but I played with the gold by bringing in those butterflies. And then both of these use the Lovely Labels Pickup Punch because the wider your paper, the more you can build to the punch. And then on this one, I did 2 rip and flips. So I did still have my 4x6, and I just ripped off each side, and then I flipped over the center to reveal my foil. And I used the matte dots instead of bling because I've let the silver thread kind of show off the silver in that one. And so those are my rip and flip techniques so that you can show off the front and back of your designer series paper all at once. And next week, I'm planning. I haven't done anything yet because next week, let's talk about scraps. I have scraps, and I have scraps, and I have scraps, and I have scraps. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our scraps and we're going to make as many cards as we can in about 10 minutes. Of course, I'm going to try and think through some things so that I can show you a bunch of fun ways to use your scraps. Some of these are left over from swaps, so I have like a bunch of these little things. Some of them are just big honkin' scraps. I have lots of cutouts. So we're going to play with these scraps next week. I hope you'll join me. Have a great day, and go give this rip and flip technique a try. So thanks for stopping by, ladies. Take care.